Assalamu alaikum Jr-4. I hope you all are doing very well. Today we are going to read another lesson, that is unit number 10 of your right track, and the name of the unit is The Conceited Python. Have you ever seen a snake in your life? Are you scared of the snakes or you like them? Do tell me in your Google comments. Conceited means to be proud of one's abilities and achievements or qualities, and python means a species of a snake, a type of a snake which is called python, and this species of snake is found in South and South Asian countries. It is one of the fifth largest snakes in the whole world, and it is quite a big snake. But the story which we are reading right now is about a small snake, a baby snake. Let me briefly tell you about the story. There was a grandfather of a boy, and the grandfather was very fond of buying unusual and different types of pets. Once he went to the market, to bazaar, and he saw a crowd of boys and girls gathered at one place. Grandfather took a closer look. It was a snake charmer. Grandfather tried to impress the crowd by slinging the python over his shoulders. He wanted to buy that python, so he talked to the snake charmer, and for only 4 rupees he bought that 4 feet python and brought it home. Grandfather had some other pets already at home, and one of his favorite pet was a monkey. When the monkey saw that python, he got scared and started running from one place to the other in the house, and he started squealing due to his fear. Hearing his frightening noise, grandmother came to the room, and there when she saw the python, she was really fainted. She was nearly fainted. The python was curled around grandfather's neck. She cried at once that throw it, it will squeeze your throat and will kill you. But grandfather, he wasn't scared at all, and he scolded grandmother and said, "He is only a young fellow. He will not do anything to me, but soon he will be friends with me." But grandmother did not like the snakes, so she had no intention to get used to this python and get his friendship. She tried to convince grandfather that his cousin Mabel is also coming. Tomorrow she will not stand here for a minute if she will know that there is a snake in the house. But grandfather did not bother at all. Then grandmother ordered grandfather to lock the python in the bathroom. Grandfather took the snake to the washroom and kept it in the washroom tub and closed the door. Now grandfather himself was worried that this python may eat all his other pets. So he ran to the market to find the snake charmer so that he could return this python back to him. But he couldn't find him. When grandfather came back home, grandmother told him to leave him in the jungle, but grandfather wanted to feed the snake first, as he was thinking that snake might be hungry till this time. So he took a chicken and walked towards the washroom to feed the snake. Grandmother and the cook was also following grandfather, and they went towards the washroom, but it wasn't there. When they peeped inside the washroom, the snake was disappeared. It wasn't there. They looked for him everywhere in the house, outside the house, but they could not find it. Then grandmother said that maybe he has crawled out of this window which we had left open. They looked for it everywhere in the house, outside the house, but they were failed to find the python. Students, this is all for today. This story is quite long, so I have briefed just the half of it, the first part of the story, and the remaining part we will do inshallah tomorrow. Till that time, you have to read it yourself, try to understand what has happened in the story, and do give me your feedback and your comments about this story or about your workings in the comment box. I will be waiting for your replies, and do your work very properly. And when you finish your day's work, do comment me that we have done the work, or if you find any difficulty somewhere, you can discuss that with me too. So till the next part of this story, we will meet inshallah tomorrow. Till then, Allah Hafiz, and take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum, Jr-4. I hope you all are doing very well with your families, inshallah. Today we will continue the story that we were doing yesterday. That was unit number 10, and the topic name was The Conceited Python. As I told you, the meaning of conceited, to be too proud of one's own abilities or achievements. और इसको उर्दू में आप कहते हैं कि ख़ुद पसंद होना, यानी अपने आप को ही देखना, अपने आप की ही तारीफ़ करना और अपने आप को ही पसंद करना. तो we shall continue the remaining part of the story, as this story was quite long, so I thought I will give you the review in two parts. So the first part we did yesterday, and the remaining part we will do today. We stopped the story at when the grandfather and grandmother, they locked the python in the washroom in the tub, and later when they came back to feed it, it was disappeared from there, and they thought it might had gone from the open window, it might had crawled out of the window. So from that day they started looking for it, as Aunt Mabel was coming to their place. So they were worried that if Aunt Mabel comes and the snake will appear, that will be bad and very scary for Aunt Mabel. So they tried to find it several days, but it did not showed up. Then Aunt Mabel came for 3 days, and grandfather and that boy who has written this story, they were very much worried. If the python will show up, then what will happen? Then 3 days passed away and the python had not showed up, so they were a little relaxed that it might had gone forever. But just after 3 days, Aunt Mabel came excuse me, Aunt Mabel came flying up the veranda steps. She was very much scared and she was almost out of breath. The snake was staring at her. She saw the snake. It was staring at her at the guava tree. She was much frightened and much scared, but grandmother calmed her down. And grandfather took his umbrella, showing as if he was going to kill that python. He went to the guava tree, but again that python was gone. It was again disappeared. Later it showed up number of times at the different places in the house. Aunt Mabel was fully frightened, so she decided to pack her bag and left the house. The hunt continued. They kept trying to find that python, but they just failed. But they saw it several times, sometimes behind the cushion, sometimes under the sofa, or sometimes outside in the garden, on the trees, but they couldn't be able to catch it. Whenever they tried to catch it, it just disappeared. Mostly he was found on the dressing table, sitting just before the mirror and gazing his own reflection into the mirror. It seemed as he loves to see his own reflection. He loves to see himself in the mirror, as if he was sitting there and praising himself. That is why he was called the conceited python. ऐसा स्नेक जो अपने आप को ही पसंद कर रहा होता है, मिरर के सामने बैठ के ख़ुद को ही ऐसे देख रहा होता है जैसे अपनी तारीफ़ें कर रहा हो. Grandfather decided to catch him there, as it became his favorite place to sit, and finally he was caught in a glass cage and thrown at the river bed. This was the first time that grandfather saw a snake fell in love with himself. And this is the end of this story. I don't think anybody of you like to keep a snake as a pet in your house. I'm sure you will get a bad dhulai from your parents as well. So this is the end of the story, children. I hope you have enjoyed it, and now do the reading by yourself. Try to do the reading every day, and कोशिश करें कि कम से कम आपकी मिस्टेक्स हों. योर रीडिंग मस्ट बी इम्प्रूव्ड when you will rejoin the school inshallah soon, and later you will do your word meanings in your assignment. In your book on page number 97, the word meanings are given. They are a number of word meanings, but I have shortlisted them. Just first 5 you have to write down and learn their meanings well. The first word is strangle. Strangle means to kill by squeezing the throat, यानी कि गला दबाकर मार देना किसी को. Second word is intention. Intention means plan. हम प्लान बनाते हैं ना, वी यूज़ टू मेक प्लान्स. इंटेंशन मतलब इरादा, प्लान. ग्रम्बल्ड. ग्रम्बल मीन्स शिकायत करना, कंप्लेंट. क्रेस्ट फॉलन. क्रेस्ट फॉलन मीन्स सैड एंड डिसअपॉइंटेड बिकॉज ऑफ फेलियर, यानी कि मायूस होना. देन फिफ्थ वर्ड इज़ इन सिंगल फाइल, मीन्स इन अ लाइन, like in a queue, और आगे पीछे चलना, लाइन बनाकर चलना. So these 5 words you have to match the meanings in your assignment and also learn it, and rest of the exercise we will do later inshallah ta'ala. Till we meet again, Allah Hafiz.